Worth playing Leonard Snart, Captain Cold or something, and I'm playing Heatwave. I'm not too. I'm pretty naive with this whole comic book world. So, from what I understand, from what I've briefly been told, these two characters are pretty iconic and important in the Flash, in the DC comic book world. It's kind of a responsibility because that you have fans out there that have their perceptions of how these characters are and what they are, and you just hope that in some way you service the expectation.
But you didn't hit like a comic book shop and do any research. You just
no. It was basically finding the character on the floor, really. Heatwave, it just invokes a hothead, so there's this kind of, I'm bringing a bit of an animalistic kind of to him, and Wentworth playing it ice cold.
He's about the man viewers will meet when they first see you in this episode.
What can I tell you about the man?
Yeah, when he first starts off in this episode versus like who he becomes as the episode progresses. What can you tell us about him?
We don't really get to see him as a man yet. It's more of a bang. He's just arrived, and we see him in this garb. There's not much of a history as yet. He's just straight into the dynamic and the action of what this particular script's about. Obviously, Wentworth and I are coming back into the show at some point, and I'm sure down the line we will get to explore who Heatwave is as a person when he's not Heatwave.
Can you talk a little bit about the scene you're filming?
It's very ambitious, a show like this. We're talking about, if there is such a thing, a tentpole, experience. You're doing a comic book movie each week. The big movies, they get 6 months to do all this kind of stuff. So it's a different animal altogether. Wentworth, Cold and Heatwave are trying to, we're actually working together to bring down the Flash, and we've got our guns and we're firing all these I'm firing a Heatwave and Wentworth's firing a Cold gun, and it's all about crossing streams and it's like Ghostbusters, but it's cool. It's a lot of fun.
Particular reason that they're going after the Flash or targeting him?
They just don't like good guys. You need a bad guy.
Right.
You need bad guys. Yeah.
Is there anybody that Captain Cold and Heatwave report to, like above them?
No, not as yet. They're the rogues, right? There's Wentworth's character is in charge, and his responsibility is to kind of rein in Heatwave and develop a bit of a moral code, if you will. And there are certain things that we will do, and there are certain things we just won't do. At this point, Heatwave's just he's a likable character, but they're anti-heroes. So no, I think at this point my character's answering to Cold.
Well, are they anti-heroes or are they villains? Is he a super villain in your mind, or do you sort of see the nuance?
At the moment, from what I've given and the limited research that I've done and the knowledge that I know of this character, I see him as a likable villain. He's not as I don't think he's as psychopathic as the Joker, but he's still a badass. He still wants to.
But is he
I don't think you would describe Heatwave as evil.
But is he sympathetic per se? Like, is there the human side to him as well, or is he just sort of wreaking havoc and that's?
No. There's a human side. There's tragedy to him. He was burnt severely. The whole body and all that kind of stuff is burned. So there's that. There's certainly metaphors of tragedy within.
Are we going to be seeing that? And if so, how long were you in makeup?
Yeah, you will see it.
What was that process like?
Pretty extensive. Yes, he's kind of severely burned under all this stuff.
And how long did that take?
A couple hours.
Is it ironic to you that this time between you and Wentworth, you're the one who gets all the stuff applied
Yeah,
to
right.
you?
It's payback. It's payback. Yeah.